What if Sony is about to drop a camera that makes the entire mirrorless market hold its breath? The A7V is a legend, a camera that nailed the balance between price and performance, becoming the favorite for a whole generation of hybrid shooters. But now, the first credible rumors about its successor, the Sony A7V, are pointing to a leap forward that almost nobody expected. We're hearing whispers of a potential 44-megapixel sensor and an AI-powered autofocus system that could redefine everything we expect from a camera in this class. Just so you know, I've been tracking camera rumors for years and called the specs on past releases, but the chatter I'm hearing about the A7V is some of the most exciting yet. Just to be clear, as of August 2025, Sony has not officially announced the A7V, and all the information in this video is based on the latest rumors and leaks. While many of these details come from sources who've been right before, the final specs could definitely change. This isn't looking like just another small update. The rumors point to a genuine shakeup. Sony knows the competition from Canon and Nikon is tougher than ever. The A7V seems to be their answer, a bold move to not just compete, but to dominate. So, let's break down the leaks, spec by spec, and see if Sony is truly about to reclaim the mirrorless throne. And you'll definitely want to subscribe, so you don't miss our full review when this thing is finally real. The legacy and the leap. To really get why the A7V could be such a big deal, you have to look at where it comes from. The Sony Alpha 7 series has always been a game changer. The A7 III, launched back in 2018, completely floored the market by offering pro-level features for about $2,000. It set the standard for what a full-frame mirrorless camera should be. Then, in late 2021, the A7IV came along, bumping the price to around $2,500 but justifying it with major upgrades in resolution, autofocus, and video. Each generation delivered real improvements based on what users actually wanted. But the market moves fast. The A7IV, as great as it is, now feels a bit behind in a few areas, especially autofocus and speed. Competitors like the Canon R6 Mark II and Nikon Z6 III have caught up, and in some ways, blown past it. The A7 IV doesn't have the dedicated AI processing unit that Sony has put in its newer, higher-end cameras, and its 10 frames per second burst rate, while solid, isn't leading the pack anymore. This is the challenge the A7V has to meet. It can't just be a little better, it has to be a revolution. And from what we're hearing, that's exactly what Sony is going for. The heart of the beast, new sensor and processor. Right, let's get to the heart of it, the sensor. This is where the A7V is rumored to make its biggest splash. For months, the rumor mill has been split between two ideas, a 33-megapixel stacked sensor or a high-resolution 44-megapixel sensor. While a stacked sensor would be all about speed, the most recent leaks are pointing toward a brand new 44-megapixel back-illuminated CMOS sensor. Why does that matter? I jumped to 44MP would put the A7V in a strategic sweet spot, giving it a clear advantage over its direct competitors and shrinking the gap with high-resolution monsters like Sony's A7RV. It's a smart play, offering photographers way more detail for cropping and printing without the gigantic file sizes of a 60-megapixel sensor. But here's the key part. Sources claim this new sensor, even if it isn't stacked, will have an incredibly fast readout speed. This tech would help minimize rolling shutter, a common headache, and unlock the camera's other powerful specs. Paired with this new sensor is expected to be a new generation Bion's XR processor and, most importantly, a dedicated AI processing unit, just like the one in the flagship A7RV. The old script mentioned a Bion's X, but that's outdated. The XR and AI combo is what's currently rumored. This duo will drive everything from image quality to some seriously clever new features. The result of all this new hardware, a rumored continuous shooting speed of 20 frames per second. That's double the speed of the A7IV. This single spec would transform the A7V from a great all-rounder into a legitimate beast for sports, action, and wildlife. Rumors also suggest the buffer could handle up to 100 RAW images at that speed, which would be a huge relief for burst shooters in the field. An autofocus system that thinks if the sensor is the heart, the AI-powered autofocus system is the brain. The A7IV's autofocus is good, but it's from the pre-AI era. The A7V is expected to get the next-generation AI autofocus system from the A7RV, and that changes everything. The This isn't just about focusing faster, it's about focusing smarter. With that dedicated AI chip, the A7V could recognize and track a much wider range of subjects with spooky precision. We're not just talking about human eyes and faces. The system is expected to identify animals, birds, insects, cars, trains, and airplanes. But the rumors go deeper, suggesting real-time pose tracking that understands full body movement. So if a person turns their head or moves unpredictably, the autofocus won't lose its lock, because it's tracking their entire shape. Some rumors even hint at smart autofocus switching. If your subject moves around, the camera might intelligently shift focus for you. For videographers and run-and-gun creators, that would be a game changer. Imagine filming someone who leans forward. The camera could intuitively handle the focus rack. This level of intelligence is what could set this camera apart, letting you focus on creativity while it nails the technical side. A true hybrid powerhouse. Video redefined for years, hybrid shooters have had to pick a side. You could have great photos or great video, but rarely both without shelling out for a flagship cinema camera. The A7V looks like it might finally destroy that compromise. The rumored video specs are pretty wild for a camera in this category. Let's start with the big ones. Some rumors are floating the idea of 8K video at 300 and 4K at up to 120p, using a full sensor readout. While 8K remains highly speculative, the jump to and crop 4K 120p is one of the most requested features and would be a dream come true for slow-motion fans. But it supposedly doesn't stop there. The camera is expected to offer 10-bit for 222 internal recording, which gives you huge flexibility for color grading. Of course, it should include Sony's popular Cinetone profile for great-looking footage right out of the camera. For high-end workflows, some rumors even suggest internal 4K output via HDMI, a feature usually found on much pricier cameras. Overheating has been a sore spot in past models, but Sony seems to be tackling it. Leaks suggest the A7V will have an improved heat dissipation system, with some speculating about better internal heat sinks. Active cooling hasn't been confirmed in any reliable leak, but better heat management for longer, uninterrupted recording sessions is a critical upgrade for anyone filming events or long interviews. With these kinds of video chops, the A7V wouldn't just be a photo camera that shoots video. It'd be a legit filmmaking tool in a tiny package. Built for the field of body ergonomics, and Precia camera's specs don't mean much if it can't handle real-world use. The A7V is rumored to have a tough magnesium alloy body with better weather sealing, making it more durable for field work. Ergonomically, we can probably expect small improvements like a deeper grip and a tweaked button layout. Two other key upgrades are rumored for the viewfinder and screen. The electronic viewfinder EVF might get a massive resolution boost to around 5.76 million dots with a 120 Hz refresh rate. That would make for a super clear, smooth, and lag-free view. The rear screen is expected to be a high-resolution, fully articulating touchscreen, which is a must for vloggers and anyone shooting at tricky angles. Now, the question everyone's asking, how much will it cost? Progress isn't cheap. The A7 III launched at $1,999, the A7 IV at $2,499, and the A7V is expected to continue that trend. Most sources are pointing to a launch price between $2,799 and $3,000 in the US and around €3,400 in Europe. While that's a notable bump, it positions the A7V cleverly. It's just above competitors like the Canon R6 Mark II. But when you look at the rumored spec sheet, the 4.4MP sensor, AI autofocus, and advanced video, that price starts to look like a fantastic value. It steps on the toes of much more expensive cameras, making it a serious contender. So, where does that leave us? The Sony A7V is shaping up to be more than just an update. It feels like a statement. A rumored 4.4MP sensor for incredible detail. A potential 20 FPS for true pro-level speed. An AI-powered autofocus that sounds almost psychic. And video specs that could make it the ultimate hybrid tool. It seems Sony isn't just trying to make a better A7IV. They might be aiming to create the undisputed king of the full-frame mirrorless market, a single camera that's great at everything. It appears to address the weaknesses of past models while pushing the limits of what we thought was possible at this price. It sounds like a camera built for the creator who refuses to compromise. If these rumors prove true, the Sony A7V won't just be taking back the throne, it might be building a new one. The competition is officially on notice. But I want to hear from you. What do you think of these rumored specs? Is a 44-megapixel sensor the right call? Are you thinking about upgrading? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like and subscribe for our full, hands-on review the moment this camera is officially released. Thanks for watching.